Business can be exhausting. And one of the biggest reasons you get exhausted in business is because all you do is make decisions. Well, what if I told you that you actually need to stop making decisions and instead use processes and a strategy to get you to the answer and decision much, much quicker to save you mental capacity so that when you take time off, you can relax and take a deep breath. I'm going to show you here this full framework that I use that's decisions versus strategies, and strategies wins every single time. If you don't know who I am, Chris Bradley, owner of the MRR agency and fitnessads.ai. Let's get stuck in. So, first things first, as a business owner, you wake up and you have several decisions to make before you've even finished your morning coffee. Decision fatigue is real. It's a real thing, especially as you start to hire team members. Your family, your friends are asking you questions. You've got emails coming in. You have to make decisions on car insurance, life insurance, business strategies, team, you name it, it all piles up. And to the point you just get exhausted. And that decision fatigue can get you erratic, emotional. And if you don't manage it, that's when business can just feel like it's crumbling you. So let's find a solution. Question for you then is, do you feel you spend too much time stuck in indecision, whether it's pricing, offers, content, or clients? So we'll stick to business here. But you either make a lot of decisions, and then when you're fatigued, tired, and you're fed up making decisions, you hit decision fatigue, you stop making decisions. So then there's a lot of your business that's stuck in indecision. So for example, let's say you're trying to try a new process to get leads and sales. Because you're trying that and you're having to create the content, decide on the headline, decide on the angle, decide how you're going to follow up with people, the messaging. Because you're doing all that, you just decide, you know what, I'm not even going to tackle pricing right now because it's a whole other thing that's going to stress me out. And then you leave it. And typically, business owners stick to this stuff and make decisions on the stuff they love doing because it's easy for them. They get excited and they leave the things they're not so good at, which typically is sales and offers and certain pieces of content and messages and big decisions for business that you can avoid, especially when you're kind of like growing and developing as a business owner. So, you've been taught that the goal is to make better decisions, but the real upgrade, at least in my opinion, is to stop making decisions entirely. Decisions actually cut off your options, strategies open them up. By the way, when I say strategies, what I'm not going to say here is give you loads more work to do and things you have to build. It's just looking at each problem that presents itself and strategically finding a solution as opposed to trying to find and decide on the answer, trying to solve it yourself by thinking, and that's what tires you out. So, if we look at it here, decisions actually cut off options, and when you have options cut off, it provides scarcity. And then when you have scarcity, you get paralysis. So, think about it, if you get a problem in front of you, and when you think, I have to decide if this is black and white, if it's, one option A, option B, then this scarcity comes in because it almost feels like the decision is way more important because you have to choose and it's 50-50. And that's where you end up going, I don't want to choose because I'm too busy. And then you end up leaving things. And that's when things start to grow arms and legs. And it's because you've felt a sense of paralysis to making that decision. It's like paralysis by analysis to some degree. And then in the green here, we have strategies, which if you think of a problem in front of you, the idea is that if you can be open to different options, you're opening it up, which means you have abundance, which then means you have creativity instead of feeling scarce and tense about it. So I'll give you an example of this. Decision mindset. Should I charge £200 or £400 per month? This is you stressing yourself out. Should I charge the same as that coach or the same as that coach? And because of that, you're stressing yourself out because you can't decide what to charge. And instead, if you have a strategy mindset towards it, you think to yourself, okay, how do I build a pricing structure that makes clients feel like 250 is a no-brainer and 400 becomes the obvious upgrade? Can you see how straight away here by that process of that question, I'm now thinking about, okay, How do I build a pricing structure that make clients feel like 250 is a no-brainer? Well, I could add this, I could remove that, I could get them a result quicker. But what would that look like if I got them a result quicker? How would I change the thing? Well, I would send that faster. I would ask this at the onboarding process. Can you see here now how we've got abundance because we've now taken the problem or the decision that we have to make and we've went layers deeper to now we're in action mode and we're actually in solving the problem by creating a to-do list to go and do that then still yields the same return as deciding, but it's far more productive. Okay. Next example, do I post reels or carousels this week? Like, what will I post this week? I'm not sure what to post. Sit down and I'll try and create some scripts and go on Canva and do these things. A strategy mindset towards it is, what's the best system for producing content that reaches the right people consistently? So think about that question now. Yeah, great question. So what's the best system? Well, the best system, in order to find that, I'd have to go and look at my data and my metrics. Okay, let's go and do that. Well, I've actually just looked at the last 30 days here. It turns out that talking head videos for my particular market just work very well. And it's also a good job that I'm pretty good at it. Perfect. Okay, that's part of the system. And so how do we reach the right people? Well, we've noticed that they prefer those talking head videos. What's the messaging then that we can provide? Well, I've just checked the recent sign-up forms from clients who have joined, and it turns out that they actually love the way that I'm just straight down the middle. I don't mince my words. I say it how it is. Okay, cool. So let's do that then. How can we get that message across consistently? Well, when are your clients active, your prospect active? When are you finding that you get the most reach and the most likes and the most communication in your DMs with people? Well, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Cool. Let's put a lot of effort into Monday, Wednesday, Friday's content then. And now we're already in a strategic way of thinking about what you post this week. And it's that question that's went back. It's a really good question. A lot of this is really just getting better at asking yourself better questions. Okay, so a little task for you to do, because like I know you sit and watch YouTube videos and stuff, but you want to make sure you're implementing. Don't let videos like this gather internet dust. So a task is, write down a decision that you're stuck on. Now rewrite it as a strategy question. So if you're stuck on indecision for something for a long time, rewrite it as a strategy question. So should you hire a VA or not? Strategy, how can I free up 10 hours a week in the next 30 days so that I can focus on sales? Always remember that people default to decisions when faced with uncertainty. A decision equals choosing between fixed options. Every decision narrows possibilities, and narrowing equals stress, fear of being wrong, and capped upside. This is huge in the fitness space, especially dealing with fitness clients and stuff. They feel they have to decide between even something as simple as, should I go to the gym tonight after work? The better question is like, how can I plan my week so that I'm efficient with work, family life, and my fitness pursuits? Well, it turns out that this weekend coming up, I'm really, really busy with family events. So I have to go Monday to Friday this week, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, rest on Wednesday. And instead of deciding on the moment where you're there and it's 4:30 and you're like, oh, should I go? Should I not go? I don't know if I should. And then you just create this environment where you're stressed all the time. The brain engages more when you flip the lens. So humans are wired to nod along to problems that they feel. Indecision equals universal pain. So flipping the frame between decisions equals bad, strategies equals good, creates an instant aha for you. The contrast opens you up to innovation and new thinking. And that's why you should thrive as a business owner. So we've got some analogies here. In coaching, clients struggle with decisions. Should I eat carbs or not? But win with strategies. How do I hit my protein and calories while still enjoying my food? And straight away, their shopping list looks a little bit different by asking that question. In business, should I post X or Y? Well, how do I build a content system, like I said earlier? Analogies make the abstract real. So effectively, you're taking the thing you're trying to decide on, making an analogy around it, or making a future-based potential outcome, and then reverse engineering it. So the conclusion has to collapse the old identity and build a new one. So this is crucial here to end this video, is the old identity for yourself would be, I'm someone who decides, which is limited, to I'm someone who strategizes, unlimited decisions. That shift will upgrade your self perception and, by extension, your behavior. Decisions give you stress and burnout, strategies give you freedom and growth. Hopefully, this has helped you. Next time you're faced with a big decision to make, think about going down a line of questioning that as a strategy versus that feeling of feeling like, oh my God, I better get this decision right. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, you'll find that strategies will always guide you and make you feel so empowered that you're going through it and thinking through it and making the right decision in the long term.